Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey, fella, grandest of risings to you. Come on in the room. It is the morning show. Not, I keep saying that. It's the Beck Green show. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I am getting this live set up. Grandest of risings to you, fella. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Hey, Afric Mert, thank you so much for joining. And there she goes. Lord knows, I don't know which one it is. Oh, it's the big girl. And she may act up, y'all. I hope now. I'm going to have to act like she's not down there. Let me open up this live. Let me open up this live so that everybody can join because y'all know, hey, Tina, grandest of rising to you. Hey, Steve, STT, grand rising to you, grand rising to you. Thank y'all for joining this morning. I'm trying not to let her see me. I hear it in her voice. She's about to start barking, y'all. I have big girl here with me. And there she goes. There she goes. That's just why that blanket fell on you. That's just why. Y'all, I have my grand dog here, the sweetness. I promise y'all, she's a big pit bull, but she is very, very sweet. She just feels as though she needs to be up under me all the time. So I literally snuck in here while she was laying on my couch. But as you can see, she still wants me to rub on her. So please do me a favor while my one hand is rubbing her to keep her quiet. If y'all can like, share, and subscribe, please. Hey, Tiff, thank you so much for joining this morning. Thank you, everybody, for joining this morning. I am trying to make sure that, hey, my beautiful cousin Sharice, hey, I'm trying to make sure that this one down here does not start acting up, everybody. So come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Big girl is going to act like she does not want to let me. So if y'all hear her, my apologies. So I wanted to come in here a little bit early so that I can share this live. And also just to see how you guys are doing. Today I'm at about an 8. Just because I've been really fighting another, like, man, I don't know what is going on. If it's allergies, if it's a cold, what it is, y'all. But I just know that I am tired of the sniffles. My throat started acting up a few days ago, but I have an older child at home that thinks that every time she gets sick that I'm supposed to get sick right with her. Fella said I'm back. STT 99 said, fella, I'm back. I'm back from breakfast. So come on in, everybody. Come on in. We have some things to talk about. Let me go ahead and try and share this with one hand, everybody, as I am talking to you guys. We have some things to talk about this morning. One of the things we have to talk about, and I want to apologize to anyone living in Florida. This thing woke me up. You ever have something whoop you? Have y'all ever had something whoop your butt so bad that you can't even sleep? This thing whooped my butt last night and this morning, y'all. So yesterday, I was rewatching yesterday's show, so that I can edit it and do what I need to do. And during the show, I had said on live that I felt, based on my own experiences, that Florida should be underwater. And oh Lord, when I said that, when I heard myself re-say that, I'm like, I had to clutch at my pearls. Like, girl, you are speaking from your experience, not the experience of these are people. This is people home down here. You know what I mean? Like, I had to have a come to Jesus moment with myself, that although cuz says she have been a little bit sick, man, cuz I'm telling you that although, I didn't have a good experience in Florida. I didn't. That's still people's home. That's still, some of you that's listening to me right now may have loved ones down there that are really bracing for another severe storm. So I'm like, wait a minute, because words are powerful, right? What you use your mouth to say really can strike somebody down. That's why they say a lot of times us women, we can be something else with this tongue, y'all, and we can. So I do want to apologize. And please, if I offended anyone, please accept my apologies. I did not mean it to be in that light because, again, it's stemming from my experience. Like my experience has been snow. So actually bracing for severe storm of like hurricanes. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that experience is. So I'm like, wait a minute, I have to really be mindful of what I say and how I say it. Baby girl said, here in South Georgia, the roadways are crowded with people from Florida. I can, you know what? That's the other thing, fella. That, hey, Dominique, Grand Rising to you, cuz that's the other thing. Like I'm looking at all these people that are trying to now leave, trying to evacuate, trying to get to safety. And I'm like, man, and then I'm standing up in my room, looking out my window, and I'm picturing what it looks like for us. Those of you who are in like the Buffalo, New York area, what it looks like for us to have 12 feet of snow. This is solid water, okay? Solid water where, at most we may have to jump out the window or something like that. But this is actual water damage, and not to like say that when we get hit that we aren't hit hard, because it does, but actual liquid water, that's something a little bit different, y'all. That has not been my experience. And me to say, for them to be going through what they're going through right now in Florida, and for me to say, oh, when I was down there, it felt like, I just had to have a come to Jesus moment with myself and say, girl, you need to really watch your words, because someone may have been triggered and they may not know where a loved one is right now. And you talking about that it looks like it's supposed to be underwater. Please forgive me, Lord. I said, Lord, please. Because one thing about our Father God, if you say something, he will humble you. Okay. He will definitely humble you. Thank you so much for the follow, baby girl 1984. I appreciate that. Fella. STT said, yes, I've seen a lot of people are just stuck in traffic on the bridge. That is scary to me. That is very, very scary to not know if you are going to make it out of a place that could not even be there by the weekend. You get what I'm saying? Like some of these storm predictions are just, man, listen. Even some of the government, the state government is saying, depending on where you live, that you really need to be up out of there. And I get that right now it may be tough for some people. It's the beginning of the month. It's the 9th. Most people's rent have to be paid by the 5th. If you are living check to check, you may not have the means to be able to get up out of there. Oh, Lord, just get to safety. God willing, that wherever your community is, your community has a place where you can get to safety, because the way this thing is supposedly coming and to hit land, it is scary. It's very, very scary. Thank you so much to everybody who's sharing this. Hey, Indigo, thank you so much for joining this morning. Thank you to everybody for following. This so off subject, but you are beautiful and this world is getting scary. Thank you so much, baby girl 1984. Just going back to some of what people are saying here in the chat, but I did want to make sure that I express my apologies and say, you know what, sometimes when we get to talking, when I get to talking, it's based on my experiences, and I have to keep in mind that there are people that's actually living this right now. Hey, baby, that's actually living this right now. And I will never, ever want to try and, say that your experience is not valid, or that it's, that you are living this nightmare right now, because you are. So let's get into some of what they're saying about Hurricane Milton, everybody. And bear with me. Like I said, I'm at about an 8 today, not because like my emotions or anything like that. It's really because of this going on here. It's so annoying to me. And on top of that, it feels like I may be losing my voice. I've been fighting it though, y'all, for the last couple of days. Well, since the weekend, I've been really, really fighting it. So Hurricane Milton, this is what is going on, everybody. So this is being reported by CBS. Come on in the room. Also, everybody, as you guys are coming in the room, like I said this morning, I'm at about an 8 just because physically I'm not feeling well. Do y'all find, let's put a pause on Milton just for a moment. And I want to ask you all this. Have any of you found that since COVID happened, that you tend to get sicker more often? And it's like some of those sicknesses really feel like COVID, but it's like a wretched cold or a wretched flu, or your sinuses are acting up even more, more so now than before. Like I don't remember being sick like this all the time. Hey, Bronx for Life, Grand Rising to you. I don't remember being sick like this all the time. And it's not like I'm really around a lot of people, because I'm not. But something definitely seems to be in the air. Big Mike said he's coming in at a 10. I know that's God bless you. God bless you. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. Does it seem like y'all are prone to get sicker? Hey, good morning, Jelani. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, love. Teresa said, good morning, Queen, praying for all those affected by the hurricane. And Teresa also said, yes, the sickness is more of a foundation of the air. It feels like it. Like I haven't even turned my heat on yet because it's really not that cold. So I prefer to sit with my sweater on, but I'm not feeling well. Like there's definitely something going on, and you don't want to just go to the doctor for something. This time I didn't take a COVID test. I'm just like, at this point, I'm just going to ride it out, but definitely not feeling. And see, Teresa says she was sick for 18 days. That seems to be the thing. And I feel like maybe this is just the ending part. What worried me, everybody, if I'm being honest, is the throat thing. That's what worries me, because I feel it in my chest and it's like, ugh. And I remember right before I had gotten COVID, before I kept feeling like this, I kept getting a cough in my chest, and that's what I'm getting now. Teresa said it wasn't COVID for her either. I think that it's just the colds are lasting longer. And also keep in mind, hi, Trendsetter Bill, keep in mind that these things mutate and they redo themselves so they can come back stronger. So maybe that's what's going on. These things are mutating and just coming back stronger. So I don't know, you guys. Let me know. Yolanda said yes. See, you think so too, Yolanda? Yeah, I think that's what it is, that these things are just mutating. I know there's been a few variances of COVID. Hey, John Anderson. There's been a few variances of COVID. And so like I said, I'm just going to ride this thing out. I may get some tea and just lay down a little bit later on after I'm done with everything. But going back to Hurricane Milton, everybody. Teresa said bronchitis. Yes, becoming in our chest and throat. Please fight with your vitamin C. Yes, I'll be going to get me some orange juice after I'm done with everything, because it kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like it could be bronchitis or something like that, and it's hurting a little bit over here. It's just like, oh God, I got stuff to do. I can't be sick. I cannot be sick. I got stuff to do. So Hurricane Milton, everybody, this is being reported by CBS News, but you guys can do a simple internet search. And I do need to also say that as you are coming in from 1 to 10, let me know where you are with your mental health. Now, if you are below a 7 with your mental health, something like talking about this hurricane may be triggering to you and you may not want to stay. So go ahead, get you some coffee, heat your coffee up, do what you need to do, put the kids on the school bus, but make sure you come on back. Okay. So going into Hurricane Milton, what CBS is saying is that it was barreling across the Gulf of Mexico as a catastrophic Category 5 storm early today on path towards Florida's central west coast. Now, remember, they've already gotten hit, y'all. Like if you are down in Florida or if you are in that area, you may already be still cleaning up from what happened with Hurricane Helene. On that coast, mass evacuations have clogged highways, and people are talking about it in the chat. Yolanda said, drink a can of chicken noodle soup with a quarter. Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Yolanda. It's forecast to actually make landfall early Thursday, which is tomorrow. Some communities like those in and around Tampa Bay area were still reeling from Hurricane Helene, everybody. And that was like just 2 weeks ago. So this thing is happening. And my prayers, our prayers, everyone from Green Links Media, prayers going out to anyone who is affected. Because like I said, my words yesterday about Florida being underwater, that was a little crash, especially dealing with what they are dealing with right now. Like these are people's homes. I can talk about how here in the city of Buffalo or outside of Buffalo, we are very used to dealing with snow, but you can touch and feel like that snow is a different beast. That you get some power lines and all of that, and trees, and it really depends. But that water, that liquid is a totally different beast. I respect the water, y'all. I respect the water. I respect the liquid water because it can get real. This is why flood insurance is so expensive down in Florida, because the insurance companies don't want to have to pay for the damages that are more than likely to happen depending on where you live. They don't want to have to. I mean, they say insurance is just in case, but keep in mind, y'all, that it's just in case. But you keep on paying me your money, and I'm going to use your money to try and capitalize off of it. I don't want you to get your money back. I want you to pay me your money. Okay, so this is why you hear about flood insurance and some people not being able to afford it. Yolanda said, I paid $13 for my insurance and I'm here in Atlanta. That's not bad. I know I've seen. So how many of you have renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance? And have you seen an increase in those insurances? Because I've seen an increase in them. Before you were paying, say, like Yolanda said, $13 for renter's insurance before, some of you may be paying $20. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, Yolanda. Some of you, hey, yeah, boo, grand rising to you, love. Some of you may be paying more. Also, depending on where you live, you may be paying more for renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance. But what I want to let you know, thank you for the heart, love. But I want to let you know that if you don't have either of those insurances, please get it. That, I'm going to say a little bit of money, because compared to the alternative, not having the insurance, I'd rather pay $15, $20, $30 a month for renters or homeowners insurance, maybe a little bit more. And it's a little bit more because depending on if it's in your mortgage or not, I'd rather pay that little bit more money a month or pay it all off to have that insurance just in case something happened. Y'all feel me? Like that money compared to what could possibly happen, your things can be replaced. You know what I mean? Those things can possibly be replaced. I know someone who had like a kitchen fire and they got a few $1,000s. Like it wasn't no little bit of money. The insurance actually paid to replace their damaged goods, which is phenomenal, especially in these days and time. Who has the money to just start all over? Who has that money? Hardly anybody, hardly anybody has money like that. So, but yeah, y'all, prayers for those. Now Lexi is in here. Prayers for those. Hey, Ashley Sweet, that are in that area. They're saying fluctuations in intensity are likely while Milton moves across the eastern Gulf of Mexico. But Milton is expected to be a dangerous major hurricane when it reaches the west central coast of Florida. That is what's being said. Hey, Barbie, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Now, there's some videos. There was one that I found that I wanted to play, and this is a simulation of what could possibly happen in Tampa, Florida. I'm actually playing this on YouTube, on TikTok, everybody. But you have to be watching on Green Links Media or Facebook in order to see it. So either you have to be on YouTube or Facebook in order to see the simulation. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. For those of you who are over here with me on TikTok, I hope y'all can hear it. For those of you who this may trigger, like I said, I don't ever want you to come in here feeling worse than you did when you left out. So this may be triggering to you. If this is triggering to you, go ahead take a quick break, go get you some coffee, go put the kids off to school, go put a load of clothes in the washing machine or the dryer. I'm doing both right now, washing and drying. Just do that, but come on back. Don't forget, come on back. And while you are here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Green Links Media as well as the Vet Green Show, whichever platform you are on. I appreciate everybody who's following me over here on TikTok. You guys don't even know what that means to me. I'm really learning how TikTok goes, and I forgot to share this out everywhere. So let me go ahead and share my screen, because I want to bring this up. Now, what I did was I went on TikTok just to see what they were saying about Hurricane Milton, because TikTok seems to be the place to go for the news nowadays. I don't know. I still go to YouTube because sometimes TikTok is not as updated as what I can find on YouTube or the actual sites like Buffalo News. So let me go ahead and play this.
What it will actually look like in Tampa. At 3 feet above normally dry ground, water is already life-threatening. It's too late to evacuate. Water this high can knock you off your feet, make cars. The first floor of homes and businesses are flooded. What it will actually look like in Tampa. At 3 feet above normally dry ground, water is already life-threatening. It's too late to evacuate. Water this high can knock you off your feet, make cars float, and driving impossible. The first floor of homes and businesses are flooded. Unfortunately, the water is expected to rise even higher at 6 feet above the height of most people. Vehicles get carried away, structures start to fail. Just look at this. Anything could be in this water, sharp glass, debris, chemicals as well.
I'm reading from Tammy the Black Prepper.
At 10 to 15 feet. And this takes us up to 9. And look what it does. At this level, the first floors of structures are completely flooded, and there are few places that it is safe when the water rises this high. We want everyone to know their evacuation zone, listen to local officials, and evacuate when ordered to do so. And Jordan, you made a great point last time. This is not just a calm water. You're going to have waves, even whitecaps on the surge inland.
It's going to be nasty. You could, trying to think that you could walk in it. Please do not think that. All right. This thing will carry you away, especially when we've got the forecast that could go up to 15 feet that Steph talked about.
So you guys, this is real. They're talking about this water can literally carry you away. Now, hey, Bam Fam, Grand Rising to you. Thank you so much. Grand Rising to you, that burger dude. Grand Rising to you. I don't know how to swim. I am that person. Y'all see the memes when they say when Black people go to pool parties and stuff like that? Yeah, that's me. I'm the one sitting on the side. I may dangle my feet in the water a little bit, but I respect Mother Nature. I respect that water. And I know I can't do nothing in that water. So if y'all ever hear about Vet Green drowning, I'm sounding like my mother. If you ever hear about Vet Green drowning or something like that, just know that Lord, unless I was on a cruise. And even if I'm on a cruise, ain't no reason for me to be in that water unless the whole boat sank. Y'all hear me? The whole boat will have to sink because I do not play in the water. I don't play with the water, y'all. I just don't, So like I was saying, this thing is real. Please, if you are in that area, thank you, Yaya Boo. If you are in that area, please get to safety. Please get to safety. Hopefully the counties and the towns have places for people to go and seek out safety, especially those in the towns or the areas where you have low income. Because it's real. I can't imagine. Now, there's also going to be some people that's out here trying to scam. Like I saw some posts this morning and I'm like, is that person really crying? Like I can't imagine me being in a house with 6 kids, a single mom, and having to evacuate. And I'm living check to check. I'm literally living check to check. Hey, DJ Larry Loud, Grand Rising to you. I can't imagine what that may feel like to people. And that's some people's reality right now, y'all. That is some people's reality right now. There's people right now who do not have the means to remove themselves. But that's where I feel like our government needs to step in, like the local government, the people who are on the ground. And there should be people on the ground. There should be people on the ground in those towns, at least from the local end. Now, when you push further out and you think about, on a higher level of government, that's not going to happen right away. That is not going to happen right away. But at least the local government should be, man, listen. This is why it's so important for us to know who's in office. What do y'all think about Governor Ron DeSantis saying that he doesn't want to have a conversation with Kamala? I think that's bat it crazy. Whether it's political or not, at the end of the day, your people are down there. And anybody that's down there, how do you feel about DeSantis saying he doesn't want to have a conversation with Kamala? Do you feel that Biden should step in? But isn't this something, when you have a president and a vice president, isn't there some work that should be shared? I feel like something like that should be shared. Like, it doesn't matter who you talk to. Just get the help that you need for your people. Get the help that you need for your people. What do you mean you don't want to have a conversation with the vice president, the president, the NAACP, whoever you need to have a conversation with? Have the conversation so that your people are safe, so that there are fewer casualties. Hurricane Helene, what was it? Over 200 casualties or potential casualties they were saying for that? I don't know, y'all. I think that we need to hold people accountable. And Governor DeSantis, it's on you. It is on you. It is all on you. If you refuse to accept aid because you feel as though your vote can be swayed either way, then you don't need to be in that office. You need to be able to tell whoever it is, Kamala, Joe, no, but send aid. These are still your people. You feel me? Teresa said, yes, people are evaluating as we speak. My families who live there have come back to Buffalo. The government there is supposed to be given some type of stipend to assist evaluating those less fortunate. I've heard that too, Teresa. I've heard different amounts also. I've heard something like $75, and then I've heard something like $750. Hey, best friend, I don't really know what that stipend looks like, but I have heard that there is a stipend. That Burger Dude said, shows the meaning of suffer a fool. Teresa said, the governor shouldn't be in office. Yeah. I just hope that, the people that are unable to get out of that community, I just pray that there are less casualties. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I'm looking at all of this because we're getting rain, like rain in October, like this amount of wetness in October here in the city of Buffalo and in Western New York isn't concerning to y'all. Do y'all think that is, well, part of it is because of the hurricanes, but the amount of water that's accumulating, that's going to be snow for us, y'all. I believe that's going to end up being snow for us. It may not happen until like January. Hopefully we don't get another October storm. I hope not. I'm still sharing this out, everybody. That's why I'm down here. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just talking and thinking and talking and thinking as we are talking and thinking. So moving on, everybody. Do y'all know who Piers Morgan is? Is there anybody who does not know who Piers Morgan is? And if you do or you don't, you may have heard about the interview that he did with Vlad and Jaguar Wright. Teresa had went on to say, we ask God to protect our people. Let's take it to the high. The amount of water coming here is going to turn into blizzards. Teresa, okay. That's what I was thinking. Another food that Burger Dude said. Yeah. Teresa, I feel that too, because it just seems weird to even the weather like this time of season for everybody. It seems weird for us to be experiencing this right now, this amount of wetness and moisture. I just feel like it's going to eventually turn into snow as well. So Piers Morgan he used to be on, well, was he on BBC? Let me see. What is Piers? I used to watch him. I watch a lot of news, y'all. I do. I watch a lot of news. Piers Morgan is a big time English broadcaster, journalist, writer, media personality. He is over in England. He was Piers Morgan Uncensored, Piers Morgan Live. I feel like I was watching him on CNN. Let me just do a quick look to see. CNN or BBC, one of them. Yeah, everybody, just do a internet search. But he is a news media person. Everybody, hey, Ali Black, grand rising to you, grand rising to you. So, Ali Black, did you hear about Piers Morgan, or did any of you watch? Hey, JD, grand rising to you. Hey, Sassafras, I love that, JD, Sassafras. Anywho, everybody was saying that there's been no lawyers involved as far as Jaguar Wright and all of this stuff that she's been saying. But she went on Piers Morgan. Now, going on Piers Morgan is huge. Okay. That is like I don't want to equate it to the Obamas of journalism, but kind of like that. Like Piers Morgan is a big name. You know, I used to watch Piers Morgan. I used to watch Cuomo. I love Chris Cuomo. You know, I hate it when they took him away from CNN. I used to watch him and Don Lemon every night, especially during COVID. Don Lemon now they both have podcasts. Well, now Piers Morgan has podcasts. And lo and behold, guess who was on there? Jaguar Wright and Vlad. Now, Jaguar Wright had some things to say, and I'm going to play a clip, but some of the things she had to say about Jay-Z and Beyonce, their lawyers quickly shut it down because Piers Morgan is a huge platform. So I know a lot of us, she said, Teresa said, I'm researching. Yes, I've seen him. Yeah, he's been around for a while. Some people say that he's prejudiced, racist. I don't know. I always say that, depending on the person's experience. Hey, Blue Bear, thank you so much for joining this morning. You can call it, one thing or call it another. Well, Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers said there were some things said on that platform about us that are not necessarily true, and we need them removed from that broadcast immediately. Now, I watched it when it happened. I watched it was, I think Piers Morgan, it was an hour after it had landed. I watched the whole thing. So I don't know yet if anything has been cut out of the original broadcast. But I'm going to play you guys a little bit of what she had said. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to also close that door. One of the animals popped in here again. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and...
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it.
Oh, let me pause right there because we don't want to get struck down, y'all. She said a lot in this interview. Now, some people, Teresa is going back to the Piers. He's not a racist. He's aggressively arrogant. That's what I was thinking too. Like, it's one thing to be racist, but I really think some of it really has to do with our experiences. That's my feelings. He can definitely be arrogant, and he's from a particular time, Teresa. If you are people of my age, then you have definitely have grown up a certain type of way. And if you are older than me, you definitely have grown up with a specific, particular type of thinking. Can we just keep it real here? Can we just keep it real? So there was a lot said in that interview, a lot said. I don't know what Jaguar, and she's talented, y'all. Look up some of Jaguar Wright's songs. She is really talented. But it also makes me wonder if she is a part of what they're saying happens when you don't decide to bend over the director's couch. Is that why she is seemingly so angry, resentful? Now, granted, I do believe that some of the stuff that she's saying, there could be some truth to it. There's definitely some merit to some of the things, or at least it makes you go, some of the things that she's saying. But should we use that to tear somebody down, especially when like there's no substantiation there? I don't think so. You know, Jay-Z and Beyonce, like, we don't need anybody else struck down. We need some pillars in our community. Even if they aren't living in our community, we need some people that we can look up to. And they are definitely people that we can look up to. Like, a lot of us look at them as having made it. Teresa said, yes, Jaguar is talented. I love her. She is so talented. Like, they truly made it. Hey, Extreme Pressure DC. They made it. And we look at how they have been living their lives, even with coming against indiscretions, they still decided to stay together. So that says a lot about who they are to us in our community. So we don't want to have them just taken down, especially if, you know, people, unfortunately, when you are doing well in your life, and I don't care what level you are on, you can be on the lowest level. You can be on one of the highest levels. When you start doing well in your life and you start doing better in your life, everybody is not going to like that. Now, when you take into account, you add the mass, like a mass amount of people who aren't going to like that because their lives are just tragic. Their lives is not the way that they hoped it to be. So now they want to lash out on everybody. When you take into account all of that stuff, then you really do have to call into question, you know, how valid are some of these things that she's saying. Now, you know, I always like to say there's a little bit of truth in everything. I mean, maybe they do like to get their freak on, and they thought that they were going, I don't know why, but I don't know. Maybe they do like to get their freak on, and they were at a friend's house or whatever, getting their freak on, and that might be why there could possibly, thank you for the give, love. That could possibly be why they have a tape, why they would want to bust it down low in somebody else's bungalow. I don't know. But, you know, it's not the craziest thing to have happen. Yolanda said, I love you. I will see you next time. Start moving around, going to make that donut. I know that's right, Yolanda. You have a wonderful day on purpose. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Yaya Boo. I didn't even see what happened. It's always somebody cradling. Listen. Thank you, Yaya Boo. I'm glad I didn't even see what happened, but thank you for blocking that. That burger dude said, she ain't lying, and it ain't being struck down when you get what's coming to you. That burger dude went on to say, if you get to where you're going by stepping on others, karma comes for you. Bam, 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 bam. Ooh, thank you for the post, love. Period. And where there's smoke, there's normally fire. Some fires. Now, it may not be no big old fire, but where there's smoke, there's normally fire. It just is what it is. JD said, perfect time. And Steve said, I know that's right. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. If you guys want to support this channel, you can do so by sending gifts over here on TikTok, or you can also support the channel. I forget to put this up, y'all. I'm learning. You can also support the channel by going to Tag Vet Green as well. As I want to read some more of these comments. JD has said perfect time, and Teresa said she's so angry because they didn't bring her into the circle of musical success. I do believe the majority of the things she says. Do I believe in some things she exaggerating for public shows? Yes, but she's seen a lot and has a lot taken from her. See, yes, Teresa, yes, like my entire heart goes out to her. She lost a child, y'all. So some of these allegations about substance abuse, oh, absolutely, I can believe it. Absolutely, I can believe it. You lost you're going to want to numb that pain. You're going to want to numb that pain. And if she was already struggling prior to that loss, like she experienced the loss of a child, and if she was already going through it prior to that loss of a child, she's probably spiraling right now. And if you pay attention to some of the videos, because I too have been watching her for a while, if you pay attention to some of the videos, you can kind of tell that she's spiraling. You know, people, if you've been around addicts, or you yourself have been an addict, or you recognize certain things in certain people, it's just what it is. That's just like if you've experienced a heartbreak, you can relate to someone else who has also experienced a heartbreak, right? Because you know what that looks like, you know what that feels like, you know what that tastes like, or lack of taste like, right? So I definitely can empathize with her, but I want to go on and say again that this is probably something else that's going on. She's so angry because they didn't bring her into the circle of musical success. I do believe the majority of the things that she says, you know, there's probably some truth in what she's saying. Did she probably hear some of that from, you know, a third party? Because remember, she's been in the business for years. Just because she's not making music doesn't mean that she's not friends with people who are in the business. Think about some of you out there who's like 1 degree removed away from something that you yourself may know about someone that's in the entertainment business, right? Just like we have conversations, SARS have conversations as well. They have the exact same conversations that we have. The only difference is their pockets are padded a little bit more. Hey, Aliyah, that's all. That's really the only difference. They have the same conversations that we have. They're talking right now about this Diddy situation the same way that we are. You know, some people are afraid to speak up. Ray J spoke up. Did y'all see that? Ray J spoke up. Ray J is saying what a lot of people are afraid to say. And basically, he's saying that, and I'll pull that up. Let me see if I can pull that up on TikTok. While I'm pulling that up, y'all know TikTok is being sued, right? Y'all do know that. And by a show of hands, while I'm bringing this up, do you all feel that social media, I don't want to just say TikTok, do you all feel that social media has a lot to do with depression? That it's tied to depression? There's definitely some risk factors, and there's a strong, correlation between the two. That's why a lot of our teenagers, and I mean some adults also, are suffering with a lot of depression. They're saying that it's especially true for adolescent girls. JD said, absolutely. Big Mike said, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, because of the facade with social media, everybody. There's a facade. So BBC is reporting, but we actually reported on this on the Morning Show podcast last year. BBC is reporting that TikTok is being sued for wreaking havoc on teens' mental health. I would go a step further and to say just humans' mental health. A bipartisan group of 14 attorney generals from across the country alleged that the company uses addictive features to hook children to the app. Isn't that what, anytime you get a notification, isn't that what's happening? Come back, come back, come back. Like I literally have to cut my notifications off when I unplug, because if I do not, I'm getting an email, I'm getting text messages, I'm getting notifications. Don't let me be off of social media for a couple of days. I'm getting a notification saying this person posted something, even though they may have posted something like 10 days ago, but it's telling me, lying to me, oh, this person posted something. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you guys so much for all the stickers. I really appreciate y'all. That means so much. Y'all don't even know. That just means so much. Good morning, Joanne. But doesn't it seem like that? Have you ever had an instance where you just checked out of everything for a few hours and you're like, I don't want to be bothered with any of that. And then all of a sudden you hear ding, chong, ding, ching, chong, ching, chong, ching, 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 ching. This is why I have my notifications off, y'all. It's too much. It's too much. So I would take it a step further to say that it is just any type of platform that's going to try and bring you back there in order to sell you something, because that's what they're doing. We are consumers. You know, a lot of us are consumers. Ms. Johnson said, I turned all my notifications off. You have to, bestie. You really have to. JD said, I had to stop looking at it at night. Before I knew it, hours went by. Whew. Man, JD, sometimes I purposely now won't pick up my phone until like in the 3 o'clock hour. Now, I know for some of y'all that may sound mad. I'm talking about 3 a.m. because if I do it prior to, especially if it's still nighttime, if I get up, go use the bathroom like in the 1 o'clock hour or something like that, I'm like, I am not picking up that phone, because before you know it, you are going down a rabbit hole. And before you know it, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. You ain't got no sleep. And now you're tired. Teresa said, unfortunately, that yes, we're still talking about the social media and just the interaction that we have. And it doesn't lead to depression. Teresa said, but this is why I'm screaming so hard. Parental control for teenagers. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I cut the notifications off. Yes. Knowing what I know now, y'all. Now, mind you, my oldest is 31. My babies will be 22. Knowing what I know now, social media, none of that would be allowed in my house until at least 14. At least 14. And I'm like really pushing it with 14, because even 14 was one of those ages for me where I was like, I'm coming into my womandom, but I'm still pretty much a child. So that was a weird age for me. Like 14, 15, all of it from probably 12 to 14. Those were really, really weird ages for me. Really weird ages for me. So some of you may, you know, I don't know. I just feel like it's no. That burger dude said, this is nothing more than the continued ossification of the human race. Oh, your mouth. Parent your children. Put the phones down and interact with people. Go for a walk, read a book, stop blaming, start taking accountability. I would agree. I would agree, y'all. But they are still, they are being sued. What's going to happen with this case? It's something to pay attention to, everybody. If not for anything, it's definitely something to pay attention to, only because if this goes down and they really have to pay out money, that means the others, because TikTok is not the only platform that many of us use. Now, TikTok seems to be the go-to platform, and that's probably why it's being highlighted. And then we can also go into, say, the US against China and how they feel about us using TikTok. But at the same time, it is not the only platform that many of us use. How many people use Twitch and Snapchat? How many people still use Instagram? There's so many out there. Lemon8. I like Lemon8. It's not, not too many people on there that know me. And Lemon8 and Reddit, I like those two platforms because I get a lot of information on there. That burger dude said they're not going to lose. Hey, bro, I see you out there. They paper too long. So that burger dude saying that TikTok's not going to lose. I mean, it's been shut down a few times. How many times have they tried to ban TikTok here in the US, and it has not happened yet? Hey, bro, grand rising to you on this morning. Grand rising to you. Hey, So Petty, thank you so much for joining this morning. Hey, Megan, thank you so much for joining this morning. Hey, D Miss Chemical Tanker, I'm trying to keep my sweetness shut as well. So Petty said, I put my phone on D&D. Okay, I have do not disturb. I have work mode. I just have to, just for my own sanity, y'all. I have to, for my own sanity. I am an empath, and I truly absorb some things, and sometimes it's just too much. Now, something I forgot to talk to y'all about. The Queen, Sissy Houston, passed away, y'all. Whitney's mama gone. Lord. Whitney mom, that we were just talking about it, bro. We were just talking about TikTok getting sued. Yeah. And how we talked about it on the morning show. Yes. Ms. I was raised with a certain decorum. Ms. Sissy Houston. I was about to say Sissy Tyson. Hey, Dark Sting. Thank you for joining this morning. I appreciate you for coming on. It doesn't matter if you are late or not. I appreciate you for coming on. Yes. Whitney's mama passed away, y'all. And I did not realize that she was older. I don't want to say old, but she was older. So yeah, Cissy Houston, Miss Cissy Houston passed away. She was born in 1933, everybody, September 30th. So she just had a birthday. She was born September 30th, 1933, and passed away October 7th, 2024. Yeah, I didn't know. So she was known professionally as Cissy Houston, like I'm known as Vet Green, but her real name was Emily Drinkard. I did not know that as well. And she was an American soul and gospel singer. Everybody is familiar that she is Whitney. She was and still is Whitney's mama. You know, some people didn't like the way she handled Whitney when she was here. Yes, Whitney mama is gone, y'all. Her mama is gone. That is so sad. Like that entire thing. Okay, Yaya Boo. She said her work. Yaya Boo said, well, she was 91. Her work is done. Okay, that song still is in my head. Yes, she definitely lost another great one, Big Mike said. Yeah, it is so sad. It's so sad. It's sad that like that's 3 generations that's gone. Whitney, Bobby Christina, and her mom. That's a little sad to me, y'all. That's a little sad to me. Teresa said, yes, she passed. Salute and condolences to her family. She's with her daughter. Yeah. Dark Sting said, got. Rest in peace. About music, started listening to more rock music. I like rock music, okay? I grew up in a town where we didn't have BET and all of that. We had our local radio station, but as far as watching videos and stuff, I listened to a lot of Nirvana and Guns N' Roses and stuff growing up. I grew up in the 80s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, y'all. I was a teenager in the 90s, so we were listening to a lot of that. Yes, rest in peace, Miss Houston. Rest in peace. So what are y'all thoughts on that? You know, the heartbreak that she must have experienced, you know, to lose a child and a grandchild, the heartbreak that she must have experienced. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Dark Sting is talking about the music that he's listening to, bands like Linkin Park, Blink 182, Godsmack. Never heard of them. Limp Bizkit, Nirvana, etc., etc., etc. Yes. So rest peacefully, Ms. Cissy Tyson. So everybody, U-Haul is giving away $100. U-Haul is giving away $100. Now you have to be a part of the class action suit. $100. Oops, let me go in here. I had looked this up. U-Haul actually, they have a class action suit. Now the reason why I looked into this is because I was like, okay, U-Haul, because I had did some moving. Let me see if this is, I can get my $100. But no. Well, then again, so U-Haul right now had a data breach. We talked about the data before, everybody. Your data is valuable. You're going to see more and more of this happening. We are going to see more and more of this happening. So U-Haul actually had a data breach a while ago. I believe it was back in June. I'm going to read a story, and you can go on class action suits or anything like that. So right now, under the terms, I'm sorry, y'all. I do have to take this call, and I do apologize. Hello? Yep. I'm a caretaker as well. So like I was saying, $100 from U-Haul. Class action suit, because there was a data breach, cyber attacks. Again, We are going to see more and more of this happening. As years, we're going to see more and more of this happening. So under the terms of the U-Haul settlement, class members means if you were a part of this class action, you can receive a pro rata monetary payment. These payments are estimated to be around $100 per claimant. So a lot of times with these class action suits, they'll send you an email or they'll send you some type of mail saying if you would like to opt in, then these are the steps that you need to take. And normally nowadays you get it deposited right into your account. Like there was one when I was living in Chicago. I think it was Facebook. Don't mind my nails. I'm going today or tomorrow. Yeah. Facebook. No, there was Snapchat, and I feel like Facebook because of a data breach. And I mean, sometimes it could be, a nice chunk of change. So when you get those class action suits, everybody do yourself a favor today. Go to your email, go in the search bar and type up class action and see if you've gotten an email, because a lot of times y'all be missing out on these emails, these class action suits. You miss out on these emails, not checking, or you think it's spam, because I thought it was spam. But yeah, come to find out, no, it was $400. This was about 2-3 years ago, but I still got $400 and something. Knowing one of those, I think I'm waiting on one now from Snapchat from a couple of years ago. It takes a little while, but it's worth it. 5 minutes of your time to fill out that paperwork. That form is not even paperwork. It's literally what, as far as the Facebook, how long have you been on? How long were you on Facebook? Where were you living? This, that, and the other. It's literally, it did not take any time for the amount of money, even if it's $100 that they're possibly going to send you. Check out the class action suits. So do yourself a favor, check your email, just go to the top of the search and type in class action and see if you've gotten an email from any of these places where your data may have been breached. Now, again, U-Haul, none of them admit that there's any wrongdoing, because that would just be too much like right. So they're saying that they aren't admitting any wrongdoing, but you can possibly get $100, y'all. Let me see what some of you guys are saying over here. Big Mike said, yes, definitely lost another great one as it pertains to Miss Sissy Tyson. Oh, I keep calling her Tyson. Houston. It's the stun. It's the stun that keeps getting me. Yeah. Miss Chemical Tanker said same. She listens to rock and alternative as well. You should listen to WBNY 91.3 FM when I am on. Well, listen anyways, but definitely listen on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and today on Wednesday, because my bro is going to be on there from 4 to 6 today. So Petty said, I can't even imagine. Big Mike said, I believe she was heartbroken for a long time. I think so too, huh? Big Mike said, before you bring back the truck or after. D said, Harvard students invited glasses that scan face and pulls up personal data like phone numbers. Back to the Jetsons. Back to the Jetsons. JD said, intriguing to what D had said. The technology that we are using, y'all, is so outdated. So outdated. Don't think that just because we have access to this technology that it is the newest technology, because it ain't. How many of y'all working with computers right now and the technology is outdated? Y'all think that they gonna give us the newest technology? X to the no, L to the no. They are not. They are not going to give us the newest technology. They're going to give us the stuff that they've used, that they've tested, and they know, and they can manipulate it. That's the technology that we're going to get. We aren't going to get the newest stuff. We just aren't. Teresa said, I have a spiritual thought. When God forms our family in unity, then life takes it away from us as a family. We're affected together, all if we don't hold on to his changing hand. The heartbreak can be death tasting, unfortunately. You will feel like you have no one anymore. Continue to hold on to God's unchanging hand. Amen. Amen. Oh, I got to check out this suit. I was a part. See, Teresa? See, that's why we report on these things here at Green Links Media, because I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know that. So y'all may not know that. Let me talk about it so we can all be in the know. And if y'all have some information that y'all may know about and y'all haven't heard me talk about it, let me know so we can talk about it right here on the Vet Green Show. Teresa said, I received that from Snapchat. Yes, I think the Snapchat one was a couple years ago, right? Well, at least within the last couple of years. So go do an internet search, y'all. Snapchat has a class action suit going on. It's definitely been at least 2 years that I filled that form out. So it may not be too late. I think the one for Facebook, at one point it was only in certain areas. I think they've expanded that because they too had a data breach. We got hospitals that have data breach, and you really don't want the hospitals having data breach, but it happens. You know, these companies, or not companies, these malware come in there, and yes, 3 years ago, I got $300. Teresa is saying, see? That burger dude said, on Christ, the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. Okay. That part. Big Mike is saying, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Yes, big shout out to everybody. I want to thank you all for joining us today. And if you are interested in having a podcast over on Green Links Media, hit me up. We also have a new podcast that's going to be coming over to Green Links Media. We're going to be dealing with some movie reviews. If you are interested in being a part of that podcast, we haven't gotten a time slated yet, but we are definitely going to be having. Teresa said, hey, Big Mike. We are definitely going to be having a second round of potential people to come and join that show. I can't wait. Do y'all watch a lot of movies? I've been getting into watching movies on Netflix and different things. And it's like, why not talk about it, right? Why not talk about it? So Big Mike had actually came up with this idea because of Siskel and Ebert. Why not talk about it? That's what they used to do. I used to watch Siskel and Ebert with my grandmother. I'm dating myself. But if you are interested and you are a movie buff, especially if you are a movie buff and you would like to, break down some of what happened in the movie, or even talk about how it may relate to your life or something that you may have experienced in life, then you may want to be a part of this show. Ooh, Teresa said, I'm a genius on movies. What? Come on, Hunty. Come on, Teresa. Come on. She said, girl, you better call me for the movies, okay? They did make good movies back then, that burger dude. But even so, it's going to be a mixture of both. It's going to be old movies, new movies, just movies and shows in general, just a platform where people can just talk about it. So if you, that burger dude said, these new age movies is trash. Yeah. Some of them, you can tell where they really cut corners. I can't help but look at certain things and you can tell where they cut corners, but eventually the budget gets bigger. And hopefully that's what will happen. But if you are interested in being a part of that show, please hit me up. Like I said, we are going to be having more conversations. He said all of them. We're going to be having more conversations as we, get through this week and probably the mid part of next week. So if you are interested, let me know. That burger dude said, last good movie I saw was Wild Things. Was that the book? Wild Things? I think I saw that. If that was the book. I don't know, y'all. But today is going to be a good day on purpose, everybody. I want you all that's listening to have a good day. And as we are winding down and getting ready to tackle our day, or you are probably winding down to go to bed because you just came from work, just know that you are loved, and just know that that storm too shall pass. And sometimes you have to look the enemy in the face, and like my mama told me, and say, get ye behind me, devil. Get ye behind me, devil. Because it gets real. It's sometimes it seems like the more you fight for your life, the more that enemy will try and come into your life to ruin it. Teresa said, stay focused. That burger dude said, with Neve Campbell and Matt Damon, not the Disney movie, sis, that burger dude said. And Teresa says, stay focused. Big Mike said, I watched the birds last night. Disorderlies is on Tubi. Get out of here. Oh, that's a good one. That is really dating. That is really dating myself. But I want to just invite all of you to continue to push through being afraid of that new person that you are becoming. It is very, very normal because a lot of us have been the same way for most of our lives, but change is possible, and change truly elevates your life into a different hemisphere. A lot of us, we seek out change, but because it requires us to do some heavy lifting, we stop. We like, man, that thing is too heavy for me to keep lifting. I don't want to keep carrying that thing every day. But eventually, as long as you continue to pick it up, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter before you know it, you don't even realize that you're carrying it. Hey, Layla, Grand Rising, love. Before you know it, you're no longer carrying that thing. So I want to invite all of you to continue to push forward in that quest to change your life, because it's possible. Don't listen to what the naysayers say, the haters, the people that's been around you and they're like, oh, you failed before, you're going to fail again. Say, no, not this time. God got my back. Get ye behind me, devil. Get ye behind me, enemy. Get ye behind me, devil. Period. Point blank. And you continue to say that until you believe it, until you feel it. Okay? And y'all have a wonderful day on purpose, because you can. God said you can. So make sure you do. So I love y'all. I will see y'all back here tomorrow. Make sure you are here tomorrow at 9 a.m. and then 10 a.m. I am on WBNY 91.3 FM. So make sure you download the Radio FX app and listen today. Make sure you are listening today, because my bro Franklin is on with Kitty Quinn and also Sugary Lip. They are on today from 4 to 6. So make sure you tune in, because it is going to be awesome. They always have some great guests. I have to actually update this, because we have Saint Soprano that's going to be on there, as well as Flex God that's going to be on today from 4 to 6 p.m. Today, Queen City Pop Radio Waves Takeover is happening today at WBNY 91.3 FM from 4 to 6 p.m. Sugary Lip, The Joker, Kitty Quinn, Saint Soprano, and Flex God. Make sure you tune in. And moving on, you know what's going on Friday, October 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. Tickets are only $10. It's happening. The Hip Hop Creative Alliance. Listen, y'all, this is verse 2. Teyamo, Pestilence, John Jiggs. I told y'all I've been listening to John Jiggs, Ali Black, Jay Gunner, Shaft Baked, YNX 716. Listen, if y'all not there and it's only $10, then y'all square. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then we have the benefit concert happening Friday, this Friday, October 11th for Genesis. Some of you, if you were at the Stony Street Festival, this past Stony Street Festival, you may have seen Genesis on stage. Genesis has a story. I cannot wait to get Genesis in my on the Vet Green Show, but there's a benefit happening Friday, October 11th. That's this Friday. There's going to be performances by Weedy the God from my hometown of Lackawanna, New York. Listen, Pretty Bully. What? Say what now? Pretty Bully is all that. Mizart, Ali Black, Alia Black. I see you out here. I see you out here. Listen, again, it's a benefit concert for Genesis. Great benefit concert. I have never, ever seen someone so loved in this industry as I have, as far as Genesis and the people that support him. Now, we are also going to be giving away tickets. I'm going to figure out what this looks like, because we're giving away tickets for the MMA fight that's happening also Friday, October 18th. And we're also giving away tickets for Nani and Friends that's happening. So tomorrow is Thursday. Make sure you tune in. Tomorrow is Thursday. Make sure you tune in, because we are going to start giving away some of these tickets, because these things are happening. These events are happening, but we also want you to support and purchase a ticket yourself. So if you are interested in purchasing a ticket to be at Nani and Friends, the tickets are $20. You can purchase a ticket from me. Just hit me up and say, Vet, I'd like a ticket because I want to see what's going on with Nani and Friends. I want to know who all these artists that you keep talking about, because there's a lot of artists that are going to be participating with Nani and Friends. There's a lot of great artists that's going to be participating in a few things that's going on, everybody. This benefit concert for Genesis, as well as Nani and Friends. So there's a lot going on. And as I am winding down, I want to talk about the Lackawanna Fall Festival, Fall Harvest Festival, happening Saturday, October 26th at 145 Stillawana. Big shout out to Yakenna Burst. She was doing this for some years, and then COVID happened, so she had to kind of slow some things down. But it's back. I was so happy to see this come across my news feed. There's going to be music, food, a petting zoo, games, pony rides, and much, much more. If you have a small child, or if you would like to make a donation, contact Yakenna Burst at 716-381-0994. Again, you can contact Yakenna at 716-381-0994. This should be nice. This should be nice. Lackawanna, I talk about how I feel like it's one of the safest places to be. That's just my personal opinion. But if I had kids that young, I would bring them out. I would bring them out. We're going to end with what that burger dude said. Failure is the best tool leading to success. Amen, amen, amen. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Amen, amen, amen. Let your doubters see your success. That's all I can say, because the enemy is going to continue to come after you. You know that, don't you? Some of the people that's closest to you right now is truly your enemy. And you won't be able to see it until you step away from that thing, okay? And then you'll be able to see what's really, really happening, okay? One thing my mama, Sister Green, told me is be careful. Be careful, booby. She said, be careful. Be careful, because everybody's not your friend. Be careful. Y'all have a wonderful day on purpose. I love y'all long life. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful. Hey, Donnie, Shisha. Hey, beautiful. Oh, hey, love. Have a wonderful day on purpose, y'all, because you can, and God said so. Love y'all.